To end the debate, I would like to invite Khalidah to give her speech.
Mr. Speaker, what was this debate about? Because amidst all the lamenting from opposition bench that we just are screwed up as a collective, we are screwed up as individual nations, it's impossible to have any semblance of democracy ever, we think they lost focus in what the debate really was. Because it wasn't about getting rid of monarchs. It wasn't about getting rid of your ayatollahs or what have you. We say we respect your sovereignty with your internal matters, but all we require from you is when you engage with us as the OIC, when you represent Islam, when you represent the collective that we all agree upon, we need to have this one prerequisite, right? What were they defending? It seems like they were defending people who don't know how to vote, shouldn't vote, and should forever remain that way, Mr. Speaker. We don't think this is something the OIC as a collective should support. Let's look at a few things that both houses agree to. We both agree to disparity and differences existing within the political arena in OIC member countries. But we tell you, this debate isn't just about disparity existing, it's about how do we accommodate these disparities. Because if these disparities truly exist, there's sectarian differences, there's religious, there's racial differences, etc., Mr. Speaker, how does your model, where you have one foreign minister who you cannot ascertain represents the people of that country, telling people on the international level that this is what my country wants. How do you accommodate those differences? How do you how, Mr. Speaker, do you actually respect those differences? We think those differences are only respected under our paradigm, where you have people whom you see a difference of, who have different sects, people who have different beliefs, Mr. Speaker, having a vote to actually ascertain and having a say in the process of having that representative. So on the front of disparities, we think we are the side that best accommodates these disparities. Because we think they ignored a large part of my speech, where we think, Mr. Speaker, a more representative model will actually help dissuade, Mr. Speaker, violence and dissuade disagreements. Then they tell us, right, it's just impossible. We cannot, Mr. Speaker, this parliament just won't work. They tell us the first reason is there exists a clash between the government and the elected representative. In status quo, the mandate is hand in hand. But we tell you, once these officials are elected, where is the incentive for the government not to cooperate with them when you know a large population of your country has actually mandated and believed that this individual should be the representative, right? Because they will continue under a paradigm, oh, once I get elected as the OIC representative, suddenly I'll just defy my government and defy all conventions within my society. We think there doesn't exist incentive for people to do that. What this forces, or what this creates an incentive for, is for the government to contend with these officials and actually agree and actually respond to, Mr. Speaker, voices of the people. Then we heard this conspiracy theory, right? There's a Jewish lobby trying to buy our elected representatives. We think, Mr. Speaker, again, and Tasneem has responded, where would the lobby be more powerful? In a mandate that is represented by a vote, or in a mandate that's represented by arbitrary appointments made by government, right? Even if these dangers do happen, Mr. Speaker, we think they're still ignoring the people's mandate, and that is not an acceptable alternative. This only results in more violence, more differences, what have you. But secondly, right, we think they ran a one-track case. They're just telling us it can't happen because it's just so difficult. They never really contended with the principles of why the OIC should do this, given the duty and the mandate that the OIC says it represents. Why, Mr. Speaker, is the OIC having legitimacy, the OIC countering stereotypes, the OIC, Mr. Speaker, truly representing Islam? Why are these principles not more important than the risks that you have? For these very reasons, we're extremely proud to propose this is the only way the OIC should move forward.